Hi and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick review on I Have Lost My Way by Gayle Forman. So I picked this book up at Walmart in July just because I loved If I Stay and Where She Went by Gayle Forman, and I decided, you know what, why not try another Gayle Forman book? And so this became part of my July TBR and I successfully read it in like one sitting. I loved this book. You have Freya, who is the first character that you are introduced to, and she is trying to make it big as a singer. She has been a YouTube sensation for like 2 years, I think, and now she finally has an agent, and she's supposed to be, making an album, but for some reason she has lost her voice, and she feels like she's also lost her way. She doesn't know what to do from here. This is everything that she's been working on. So when she hits a certain note, her voice just gives out, and she's devastated. Her mother is frustrated, and her agent is angry. So it's not going well for her, and she's just really upset by all of this. And then you have Harun, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he is harboring a secret from his family that he doesn't know how to share with them, and it is like tearing him apart from the inside. And he also feels like if he reveals his secret, then he won't be accepted. And I don't want to tell you what his secret is because it would give away a little bit of the story. You do find out like quickly into the story what it is, but I'll let you read and find that out. And so he is afraid to share his secret, and he doesn't know what to do. So Nathaniel is the last character that you meet, and he shows up to New York City with a backpack and pretty much nothing else. And so he is in New York City to kind of like get it off his bucket list. When Nathaniel was younger, him and his father made a list of all the places they wanted to visit, and it was real places like New York City and fake places like the Shire. And so Nathaniel gets a plane ticket, he fills his backpack up, and he hops on a flight to New York City. And he is going through some different things, and you end up finding out like what has led all the characters to this point, because it has flashbacks. So you will see that any pages that have like the darkened edges, these are flashbacks. And so you get to learn a little bit more about who they are and where they're coming from and why they are at this point. And I think that just adds so much to the book. I love flashbacks. I love, discovering who they are now and making my own inferences and then going back and seeing, what really happened and why they are. I think this is another great book that can help teach empathy to students, that can help teach them to put themselves in another person's shoes, and that you don't really know what's going on. And Nathaniel goes on like this rant kind of about the idea when people ask how you are, how people expect you to just say you're fine when you're not really fine. And I thought that was really interesting because he's right. A lot of people, unless it's like a super close family member or a friend, when you ask how they are, you don't expect them to tell you anything but good or fine or okay or all right. Like, you're not expecting them to be like, oh, actually, I'm really having a tough time here. I'm really struggling with whatever this might be. Like, you don't expect that. If I were to say, hey, how are you, to a coworker, and they're like, I'm not doing well, I'd be like, oh, can I help? Like, I don't know. Like, what would I do from there? I don't know. So he talks about that a lot because he gets that a lot. There are a few things that happen, and people ask him how he's doing, and he knows that he can't like really tell people how he's doing. And I just thought as a teacher, like that was eye-opening. And I want to make sure that my kids know that when I ask them how they are doing, that I actually want to know how they're doing. I want them to feel like they can open up to me and talk to me about it. So I just thought that was a really interesting like little rant that he has in this book. I enjoyed this book a lot. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I will absolutely be putting it on my classroom library. This book is completely appropriate. There's no like scenes that were questionable. There might have been some foul language here and there, and there are like steamy like pieces, but nothing that goes into detail. And I will put this on my classroom library shelf. Again, this is more for high schoolers, so my 9th through 12th graders will have full access to this. I really won't give this to my 7th and 8th graders. It is a little too mature for them still, but I think this is fine for a high school classroom library. So if you have read this book, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you enjoy it? Did you get some of the same things out of it? Would you, if you had a classroom, put this in your classroom library? So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos soon. As always, keep reading.